friends. Whoa. Why you sitting here, bro?
What you talking about? This is my seat all the time.
Were you the one who took my keys?
And what if I was?
What? What if you was?
Yeah, what if I did?
You know what we'll do to you, boy?
What?
You know what we'll do to you, boy? You know what we'll do to you? You. I'm tired of this shit, Steve.
Cheerios?
Yeah, man. What's it?
Yeah. I think one went down my shirt. Cinnamon. Oh, there's one right there.
Thank you, sir. What's up, everybody? Another week of smoking the truth. It's in your pants, man.
Might be.
Another week of smoking the truth, man.
With Orlando Flow.
And Kid Us.
Yeah. A little bit of an extra
A little bit of extra mess today, you feel me? How you guys feeling today, man? Another week of smoking the truth, man. We got here. What we got here today going, Steve?
Well,
let's bring the episode back. We're doing revenge.
Yeah, it's an episode on revenge and why it's not good.
Man, people do revenge, seeking,
out of just like
winning. They want to win.
They'll get mad because somebody did something and they feel it's gonna like satisfy them. And
we're gonna tell you here why seeking revenge is not the best option.
Exactly.
It's not the best option. Let's get into the sauce. So number one point that we have here.
It won't make you feel better.
It won't make you feel better because here it says you might be thinking that it will provide you a great relief from the pain that you are feeling, or some sort of satisfaction. You will feel like some kind of...
You'll feel satisfied that you got revenge on, say, somebody who took your man or took your woman or whatever, so on and so forth. You just get mad about it, and you basically... You're just gonna put yourself in a bind there.
In the dark space. Your brain's gonna be in a dark space.
But there's also evidence out there that shows that it's gonna make you feel worse in the long run.
And you might feel good right now, temporary, but in the long run,
it's a temporary band-aid. But when you rip that band-aid off and you still got that incision right there, it's gonna open right back up.
You don't want that. You don't want that feeling right there. You don't want that at all.
But just make sure you take that energy and you channel it into something better.
Just keep yourself, in a good
keep yourself
space.
Occupied, I should say. Keep yourself occupied with positive things.
Yeah, and a good energy. Have yourself with a good energy. We always say this before. I know we repeat ourselves, but it's important.
Can't stress it enough, though.
We can, because you have to have good energy around you, man. That's just
energy.
That good energy. It just it feels good. Let's talk jumper number 2, though. It says here, in fact, it might make you feel worse, like we said. So, you might take the revenge, and you think you might feel good, but you feel horrible.
It's like an extra burden got put on your shoulders, and you wonder why everything feels heavier.
It's the mistake we made of things, temporary feelings, it's temporary, man. It says here, we got some notes we took. It says, while you might feel hurt or betrayed right now, eventually you will be able to put those feelings behind you. But if you're burdened, your consistency...
No, your conscience.
Your conscience with guilt.
You're likely to reminisce over your actions. You're gonna really contemplate on what you just did or what you're about to do.
That feels horrible, man. That just made me feel... You have guilt, bro. You don't want to have guilt. That's one of the things we haven't talked about guilt a lot in this podcast.
I still got cereal in my head.
Let me take up some of the guilt. But yeah, my friends, don't let revenge make you feel worse. Don't let it happen, man. It's the worst thing you can do. The worst thing you can do, man. The worst thing you can do.
And it could backfire, which is our next part.
It could backfire. Go ahead, Steve. Spit some more.
So Gandhi once said, "An eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind." Now that is very powerful.
Man, this episode is
intense.
Intense, man.
So, basically what he's meaning is, you're going for one person's eye and he's going for your eye. Dang. Half the world's blind right there.
Just because you want to keep taking, what's going to happen? And not to to speak of something else, but like we're cutting a lot of trees in the world right now. We're taking nature space,
Mm-hmm.
We're building on top of the nature. We're taking animals room, the nature's, like what's gonna happen with human being, like taking trees out, taking grass out. We're gonna end up in
a horrible situation if we don't fix our actions.
And that's just, man, just keep in the positive energy, man. Don't try to come out for the bad.
Yeah, seeking revenge is not the way.
It's the worst, man. This is the worst. Like, let's jump on the next one, man. This episode a little intense, but it's always good to talk about the intense things, because you can get.
Did we ever talk about wasting time?
No, we haven't talked about wasting time yet.
Oh, okay. So in a sense, when you're going on and you're doing all this revenge, it's like depriving. It's time consuming, and it's taking you away from your true goals. Like, you're gonna get distracted and lose course. Like, you might crash and burn.
And
honestly, I do feel like it also depends on who you revenge on too. Like, you never know what that person's capable of.
Never know, like, what they can do back just to get revenge on you.
Yeah, revenge on revenge.
And revenge on revenge end up in the war's revenge.
Oh yeah.
Like, that takes us to the next point, man. Draining. It becomes draining. Like, you're mentally tired.
Mentally and physically.
Physically tired. Like, you go to work thinking of this negative energy. You come home, you're still thinking about this negative energy.
You're gonna keep drawing that negative energy, and that's just like...
It's like digging your own hole, bro.
Yeah.
You're digging your own hole to go to the ground. And what happens then? You
gotta like try and find something. Use your hand or your claws. Start digging out some ladder holes so you can climb up
look
out.
for the sky.
It might be a couple 100 feet up, couple 1,000 feet up. Depends on how far you dug yourself down.
I can't stress that enough, man.
But as long as you don't give up on pulling yourself out, you don't, just as long as you also know, two negatives don't make a positive. Only in math.
That's fact. So that was the last one we were talking about. Two negatives don't make a positive. Man, like, just because you feel like somebody's doing you wrong, be the more mature one. Be the one that be like, nah, I'm not gonna stand for this. I'd rather walk away, and that's it. I don't need to put up with your energy. Like, a lot of times we think because we argue back just to get our point across.
Yeah, or sometimes because we feel that we're right.
We have we have to say something. Like, we can. I'm not saying that don't defend yourself. Defend yourself. But don't get to the point that it becomes so toxic that you want to fight somebody. You want to punch somebody. Like,
yeah, you gotta realize when to walk away from the situation.
Exactly. Like, know to realize when you have to step back and be like, okay, I'm done.
This is too much. I got way more things to handle than dealing with your bullshit.
Exactly. Like I was. There's a saying somewhere I heard this week. Like, only poor people go out for revenge. Not I mean in a bad way. I mean in a good way. Like, if you don't see no crazy rich ass people, people with money in general, like, going out for revenge. Like, they got too much on their plate to lose, to take. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they try and work. Especially also with like celebrities too. Like,
exactly.
People who are towards the bottom, they're always gonna try and fight because. It's just number one, self-defense. Like, people will get offended and then try and defend their case. But it's like, what are you doing to yourself? And like you said, when you get to a certain level in life,
you realize
you become like a celebrity or just become rich. You start realizing your time is precious. It's precious. You can't be wasting your energy on certain things because you've already divided your energy up into the field that you're doing.
And you realize that, time is so precious, bro. Like, you don't want to waste it, bro. Like,
no.
You want to make sure you're doing the right things in life. You want to make sure you're doing your path. I'm not saying, like, if you haven't found your path yet, but you eventually will find your path,
Yeah.
You eventually
just keep doing what you're doing. And if you don't find it, it will definitely find you.
It will definitely find you.
Going.
Keep going. Don't just sit in don't sit in the silence. Just keep going. Don't sit in the silence waiting for something to happen. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
And man, this will be another week of Smoking the Truth. We apologize. It was a little intense episode, But sometimes you have to talk about this thing. Having a good conversation, a healthy conversation, it don't hurt. It doesn't hurt.
It don't.
It just...
And especially if it helps you guys at home, watching this or listening to it, however you're doing it, that's the next step for us. Even if we're not making something off of it or off yet or whatnot, it's helping you guys. And that's where the best thing is.
Having good conversation doesn't hurt nobody, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. It's another week of Smoking the Truth. It's been here, Orlando Flow, and
King Oz.
I hope you guys had a blessed week and stay tuned.
If you guys have any ideas for future episodes, comment or DM us, email.
If you got our number, send a text, okay?
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe also.
And don't forget, man, we out here smoking the truth. We got some cereal this week.